Hi, welcome to the Abyss Tarot T.A.T. Today's pick a card is going to be a quick yes or no answer. Okay, so go ahead, think of a question in your mind and go ahead and pick a pile. We're going to see if it is a yes or no for that question. Okay, since I am sick, I don't want to talk too much, so I am going to try to make the reading short. Plus, my neighbors are loud as hell right now, so I don't want all that background noise in the video too. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the piles. So for pile 1, we have the Aquarian Tarot. Pile 1, the Aquarian Tarot. Pile 2, we have the Vanessa Tarot. Okay, pile 2, the Vanessa Tarot. Pile 3, we have the Barbara Walker Tarot. Okay, pile 3 is the Barbara Walker Tarot. And pile 4 is the Halloween Tarot. Okay, pile 4, the Halloween Tarot. So go ahead, take a look at the piles. If you feel called to pick more than one pile, go right ahead. You might have more than one question. Timestamps will be down below, and I'll see you at your reading. Bye. Hi, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 1, the Aquarian Tarot, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, I've associated it with air. So it could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what your answer is to your question. It could be a question about anything, okay? So let's go ahead and see. Okay. Okay, we're going to pull 5 cards. We have the Page of Swords, Air Element, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. More air. Definitely a lot of air here. Oh, fell right on my lap. The King of Cups in the reverse. Let me get 2 more. 2 more, please. We're going to do 5. Okay, wow. King of Swords in the reverse. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We have all these swords. We have the page, the knight, and the king of swords. We don't have the queen of swords up here, but we do have the king of cups, and he is in the reverse. So the first card that came out was the only one that's been in the upright, which was the page of swords. One final card, please. And we have the 8 of swords in the reverse. Okay. So, all these swords being in the reverse, King of Cups in the reverse. Your answer here, pile 1 is no. Let me look at the bottom. We have the Death card in the reverse on the bottom, in the reverse too. So, it seems like the, gosh, my throat, I'm sorry, it's because I'm still sick. Seems like the answer to your question is no. It seems like somebody doesn't have feelings anymore. The King of Cups is right down the middle of these 4 cards here that are swords. And this is the only water card in the middle. Emotions, but it's in the reverse. It's the King of Cups. The King of Cups in the reverse is very manipulative. He could also be very, very cold. You know, he can be very much like the King of Swords when in the reverse. So this is somebody that just doesn't have those feelings anymore. So if this was pertaining to a like love question, since the King of Cups in reverse is right down in the middle, if this was pertaining to a love question, it's a no. It's like the feelings aren't there, the emotions aren't there. But I feel like somebody is still watching, somebody's still in the surrounding area or whatever, in the energy. Basically, somebody is still in the energy, but there's a disconnect there. So it's almost kind of like, does this person still want to continue this? The answer is no, but they're somehow still continuing to be in the energy. You know what I mean? With the Eight of Swords here in the reverse, we're letting go, right? We're freeing ourselves of it. But with the Death card here on the bottom being in the reverse, it's like somebody doesn't want to let go yet. So the emotions might not be there, the feelings might not be there anymore, but somehow the person is still holding on to the energy and not letting go. So if this is like dealing with, a love situation, it's basically like needing to let go because the emotions aren't there. Would it be like, does this person still think of me? No, it would be like not really, but from time to time they might look you up. To with the Page of Swords being the only card that came out in the upright. This person might get curiosity. Out of curiosity, they might look you up. But whatever this is pertaining to, the answer is no, very clearly. All the swords in the reverse, King of Cups in the reverse, Death in the reverse. This is clearly a no. So that is the answer here. Okay, so that's all I have for you, Pile 1. I hope this answers your question. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 2, the Vanessa Tarot, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, I've associated it with fire. So you could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, okay? Or the question that you're asking maybe about a person could be one of these fire signs. But let's go ahead and take a look at your answer. Is it a yes or no to your question? Is it a yes or no to your question? Pile number 2. Pile number 2, is it a yes or no? We have the Nine of Wands in the reverse as we are cutting it. All right, we're going to get 5 cards. Wow, that was pretty quick. Okay, we have the Three of Swords in the reverse. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. These 2 cards here so far just say maybe. These 2 cards together are saying maybe, so they're not even giving us yes, no. They're both together saying maybe. So let's get 3 more. We're going to do 5 so we can get some further clarity about this maybe. Okay, and we have the Sun in the reverse. Oh my gosh, okay. What is going on here? We have the Five of Cups in the reverse. Wow, with these 2 cards, I'm also getting maybe. So we have 2 here saying maybe, and then these 2 together say maybe. We have one final card to get. Let's see. Okay, we have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Okay, and on the bottom, we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so pile 2, what I am getting for you is this is a no, but it's not a hard no. It's a no that, again, it's like a maybe no, but it is a no. Okay, let's say it's a soft no. Okay. Um, hmm. This could have to do with going somewhere, making a decision that it's like you're leaving or moving or being at a crossroads, right? We do have the Two of Wands here, and it is the card of being at a crossroads. So again, it's that maybe here, maybe there, yes, no, but it is in the reverse. So it's almost like you being at this crossroads or whatever this decision was. It's like you didn't really get a chance to make the decision. Maybe the decision was made for you, you know, to where maybe you thought you were going to have a say so in it, or you were going to be able to decide on it or something like that. But it gets decided somewhere else, or it gets decided in a different way. So it does get to be a no, but it's not in the way that you thought. So there might be something different happening here, especially with the Seven of Cups and the Sun in the reverse. Um, I also see healing. I also see healing of something. So maybe, um, this could be a healing of body, could be healing of emotions, right? Could be healing of the heart. We do have the Three of Swords in the reverse. So we do have a healing here. maybe of heartache, maybe, you know, thinking, am I going to heal this heartache by me and this person getting back together? And the answer might be no. You won't heal your heartache by getting back together, but you will heal your heartache nonetheless. You see what I'm saying? Something like that. It's kind of like it's a no, but it's still like not in the way you expected it. So here with the Ten of Swords, it is an ending. This is the card of endings. It's the end, right? It's the card that says like the end, fin, finito. It's in the reverse, so it's like not wanting it to end, not wanting this change to take place or this decision to happen. But again, it's a no, but it is a soft no. It's something that you couldn't decide, like this wasn't your choice, even though maybe you thought you'd have a choice in this, okay? Yeah, but these were unrealistic things. These were unrealistic expectations, is what I'm hearing, okay? So this no might be a good no, okay, is what I'm getting to. I'm feeling like in the end, this is actually something that works. This no is something that works out, okay? All right, pile two, that's all I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 3, the Barbara Walker Tarot, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, I've associated it with Earth. So you could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or have that somewhere in your 3, or if you're asking about a person, they might be an Earth sign, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look and see if your question is a yes, no, okay? We're going to do 5 cards only. This is going to be a quick reading because you know your girl is sick. And I don't want to be coughing all over your video. Okay. Alrighty. 5 cards, please. Yes or no for pile number 3. We have the 7 of Cups, Dream. Pile 2 also had this card. Okay. This is a maybe card. We have the Emperor in the reverse, fire. Aries, Leo, Sag. 7 of Cups is Pisces. Let's get 3 more. We have the 10 of Wands here, fire again. Aries, Leo, Sag. I was almost going to say Capricorn. Okay, we have the card of oppression. It says oppression here. Okay, there's our 5 cards. We have the star, 17, and it's funny because it landed right underneath the 7 of Cups. And then we have the card, 3 of Swords, Sorrow. Pile 2 also had this card. They had the 7 of Cups and they had the 3 of Swords. Okay, so you have the Star card here underneath the 7 of Cups. So this is, you know, I feel like you're being very hopeful, wishing, really wanting this. This is like really wanting it. But I see, let me look at the bottom too, actually. I looked at everybody's bottom except yours. That didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. We have the Hermit. Okay, Virgo energy, Earth, okay. And the Hermit in his lantern, he has the star that is from this card. So he actually has the star here. Okay, so, Okay, so I think I know why he's here too, because the answer is no, but it's not right now. It's no because it's not right now. Okay. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be a yes later on, but I'm getting that right now. There's too many obstacles here with the Emperor in the reverse and then with the 10 of Wands, the oppression card. It's like there's too much right now. There's too much weight on your shoulders or whatever this question is. There's too many responsibilities. There's just too much going on right now. But again, it doesn't mean that the load isn't going to lighten, that things aren't going to get better. Because again, we have the Hermit and we have the Star here. There's introspection and there's the card. This is the card of hope. The Star is the card of hope. Like keep holding on, keep crossing them fingers and pushing. You know what I mean? Because again, you're going to get there, but there seems to be like there needs to be more time or things have to move further along before that we can have some progress to get a yes. We have the 3 of Swords here, which is the card of sorrow. It's like somebody's in a like in a cell or a tower. This is a tower, right? So somebody could be having a tower moment, or they could have had recently a tower moment, or maybe a tower moment is expected, because we do have it next to the Ten of Wands, oppression and sorrow. I mean, things are very difficult. So it almost seems like the question would be like, is this difficulty going to change? And I'm getting it's a no, but it's just no for now because it is going to change. There is going to be progress. And so that's why with the Seven of Cups and the Star card, it's like hold on to those dreams. Hold on to the hope. Dream and hope here. We have these two cards. And like I said, the star landed right underneath this card. So I'm like, oh, let me just keep it underneath there because that's how it landed. So it's kind of like, look, keep holding on to those dreams and hopes. Don't let them go. Because of this situation going on, your environment, your life, your emotional, whatever is going on, that it's very chaotic, or the situation, right? With this Emperor in the reverse, this this is, to me, this is always like a bully. This is always an a-hole. The Emperor in reverse is such an a-hole. He's so domineering, so trying to control everything and everybody and keep oppression here, keep people and someone in oppression, and there's sorrow here. But it's like this isn't going to continue. This is something going on, like I said, within yourself or your environment or whatever the question was, but it's not going to continue. There will be an end to this, so keep holding on. Keep holding on to this light, to this lantern. Keep doing this introspection of having hope, because things will change. There will be change here, and yes, it's a no, but it's just a no for now, because whatever's coming up is going to move it to a yes. Okay, so again, that's why we had like the maybe at the beginning. We had the maybe with the Seven of Cups showing up first, was like maybe, and then with the other card showing up saying, okay, well, it's a maybe because it's a no right now, but we're going to move into a yes. Okay, let me see what else is underneath that. The Two of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, so it is a no for now, but again, things will turn, but in time. This is just not the time. Okay, all right, pile three, that's all I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number four, the Halloween tarot, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, I've associated it with water. So you could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Or if you're asking about somebody, this could be one of their signs from their big three. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and see if your question is a yes or no answer. Is your question a yes or no answer? Wow. Okay, that came out really fast. I'm just going to look at them. I'm going to put them back. So we have the Page of Pumpkin, and we have the King of Imps. So we have Earth and Fire. Okay. We have the Tower, okay, as your first card. Okay. That is fire element. Aries, Scorpio. That is Mars energy. We have the Page of Bats, which is the Page of Swords. Okay. We have the Ten of Ghosts, Ten of Cups. I heard an Oasis song right now. I don't know what the song is called, but I heard "Don't Look Back in Anger." I heard "Don't look back in anger." I heard you say, "So Sally can wait. She knows it's too late as she's walking on by." Anyways, I can't sing and my throat hurts. We have the Knight of Bats. Okay. Did another card flip? Yes, it did. And we have the Four of Bats. So we have more air here. We have three out of your five cards. Three are air. Let me look at the bottom. We have the Five of Bats. Wow. Okay. So we have the Four of Bats. We have the five here. We have the Knight of Bats. We have the Page of Bats. Wow. It's a lot of air element here. A lot of being in the mind, right? Hmm. Yeah, I'm getting that your answer here is a no. There's a no here because some healing needs to take place over something that happened. There could have, the first card being the tower. You could have had a tower moment with somebody, and something happened, right? And it's like it is a no because healing needs to take place. Because if not, there's going to be a lot of resentment, a lot of anger. This could be with family, this could be with friends, whatever. But whatever this connection is, I feel like there's still a lot of I don't want to say hostility, but there's still a lot of like those emotions that are we're holding on to that aren't like the best. You know what I mean? Something that would probably make you pop off easily, or this person, or whatever the situation is. This could be family. This could be a question about family or healing the situation here with a family situation. I'm getting again that like right now the answer is no for whatever the communication, the making up, making amends, that type of thing is no. Um, but again, it's because there's internal healing that needs to take place first within the person, or each people, the people. Hmm. I feel like also like there was a lot of backstabbing going on, a lot of like talking behind people's backs, a lot of sneaky behavior, deceit is what I'm hearing. Deceit, deception, false, being fake, hurt. Yeah, these are a lot of negative words I'm hearing. um and I feel like there was a lot of things that are still hidden, a lot of unknowns still here. There's still a lot of unknown. There's still more things to find out, more things to discover. And so whatever you're trying to see if it will get fixed, I'm getting like no, because there's still a lot of fixing within ourselves, and these people have to fix within themselves before we can come back together and communicate. Because if not, the communication is going to be really off. It's going to be, like I said, popping off type energy, popping off type words, like you did this to me and you said this about me and da 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 da, and it's going back and forth about that type of stuff. A lot of sneaky behavior here. Hmm. So whatever your question is, it is a no. I think all piles had no. I'm not sure. I don't think any of the piles had a yes today. But yes, so your answer is a no, whatever this is pertaining to. We do have the tower here, and we have the 10 of ghosts, which is like family, happiness, unity, that type of thing. But we do have a tower, and we have the 4 of bats. This is like an ending. So it's like something's come to an end, something has dissolved here. Could have been a marriage that fell apart, could have been a whole family situation, everybody in the family arguing amongst each other, or it could have been somebody in the family passed. This could also be somebody in the family passing over or being sick, right, and needing healing. But um it's like not right now, like this, like no. Okay. And the page of bats wanted to fly over there. There's still a lot of things to look at, is what I'm getting. That's why it's a no, because there's still more things to look at that aren't out yet, that aren't clear yet. And I said, like, there's still more things to find out. Okay, well, that's all I have for you, Pile 4. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.